Okay, as I mentioned before, you should pay attention to detail, and right now we're gonna focus on texture for the sclera. So at this point, a reference photograph will be beneficial. Alright? And let's go with a darker tone. And you should constantly be looking at your right, the second window for your document. Now we're basically just adding some shadows to the eyelashes. And a darker tone should be enough. Later on we could add the small highlights around the eyelashes. And we can actually pick white when we want to add the highlights here, but as I said before, a light gray should do. Now let's start adding some shadows under the eye, and you can make wrinkles this way as well. And we go shadow to light, and right now we're using a scattering effect we did earlier, and just keep adding it even to the skin if you want. And let's go lighter. Okay, I think I overdid it here. Alright, we can take it off now. Okay, wait. I don't know what to do now. Alright, well, some shadows, I guess. Your eyes should not stay in one place. I'll say don't focus on one small section, and instead, if you see something that needs to be fixed or added, do not wait. Do it right away. And if you're unsure, add a new layer, and you can just delete that layer if you're not satisfied with the result. And right now we're going over the eyelashes with black and adding some shadows, and then we can add the highlights. Alright, we could choose a color from the scattering effect that we had done before, and that light color will be fine. Now these small details are the ones that will bring your whole painting to realism, and the only way to achieve this is working with a big resolution and obviously a small brush. The same thing goes to when you're painting the hair and the skin. You need to work with a bigger resolution. Okay, and we're adding some scattering effect again on the sclera. Just make it more darker. and keep building your colors all around the eye. That looks good. More scattering. Let's go lighter. Now I'm just going around with the scattering effect to the skin, just to add some kind of pores, and as well as some wrinkles right about here. And I add in the highlight just so I don't forget later on. This way it will be easier just to notice, oh okay, well I need to add something here since I see this light color here. And as you get closer to finishing your painting, it's a matter of adding shadows and highlights, shadows and highlights. And again, this is just the first basic step to realism. To add the extra detail, we need to use a hard edge brush. This is where patience is a virtue. I use the scattering effect quite often. And I don't need to add a new layer. It's easier to go over the scattering effect with any brush really, and any color on top. Okay, now I'm just finishing a few touches here and there, adding some darker shadows with black, then blending in with the pink color that I had put on earlier. Grab some gray. Usually the sclera is not white, and you can notice that when you search for images. If you can find stock images for eyes, pay close attention to the sclera. It's not really white. Okay. That looks good enough. Add some
kind of reddish color on top of the pink that I had on earlier. And that looks fair enough. Okay, it's 38 minutes. Let me just show you that even with the basic step with the soft brush, you can still see the picture come to life. Now I'm just going over the layers that I have on my file, and as we keep adding detail, you can see the eyes do play a big role in a painting. Alright, well, I hope you learned something, and I can guarantee that you will be better at this if you practice.